We are so excited to have our first international campus in Europe to be in Paris. This is where the industry of research and of education is most dense. There are more faculty, more researchers, more opportunity to collaborate with our peers and to develop new and innovative models for educating students. The more that every country can build an international network for education and research, the better off we all are. People often ask me, so why don't we have more AI talent? And employers say universities aren't teaching AI, the workforce coming out of college is not AI proficient. University faculty tell me, no, we're teaching AI. So a lot of finger pointing. I would actually say it's a little bit of both and. So as you know, AI is evolving so quickly, classroom adoption is much slower. And so there's inevitably a lag time between the most innovative AI discoveries and what's happening in the classroom. I think the most important thing we can teach for the workforce development and workforce of tomorrow is how to play with new tools, right? We know AI is going to evolve faster than we're going to be able to teach the new idea. But if we teach faculty and students how to play with AI, to work with it creatively and playfully, that's how we create a workforce that's ready for innovation. It's often said on college campuses, oh my gosh, what will happen to professors? Will AI replace us in the classroom? My answer to that is simple, absolutely not. Just as students need to play with AI, so do faculty. There are great opportunities for faculty to understand better where students are not learning well, and then to create personalized learning opportunities for those students, right? So it lets us target more specifically where a student is having challenge. And that just makes for a better learning experience. I think we all need to know the days are done where a faculty member stands in front of 100 students and can assume they're all understanding exactly the same way. That's not right. We know it's not right. AI can really help us make a more robust classroom going forward. There's a place for everybody at the AI table. And so often I'll be told, no, it's a US game, it's a Silicon Valley game, or, no, not at all. There is a lot of press going to certain sectors of the AI market, but that's the press talking, no disrespect. We know innovation is happening, whether or not it's getting reporting coverage. And so I think it's a wonderfully democratizing opportunity for people who are creative and innovative to dream into reality, new opportunities to gain market prominence. I have led leadership decisions at some of the most familiar open education software, including Coursera, edX, 2U, among many others. And I'm often asked 10 years after Coursera launched, why has university behavior not been more disrupted? I think the answers are both obvious and maybe a little too familiar. Universities are around for centuries. They learn to adapt and to incorporate disruption into their operations, often without fundamentally changing their business models. That is not just the reality or the outcome of the last 10 years, but it's happened multiple times before Coursera was even launched. And so the lesson we learn is change is incremental, change is slow, but change happens. I'm interested in this current AI moment because it offers us yet another opportunity to really innovate what we do in the classroom. I think the ability to measure whether students or faculty are really learning with AI as opposed to just adopting it really is very much dependent on the discipline. So in my field, which is humanities, I know my students are learning well with AI when they come into class and say, here's what's wrong, here's what doesn't work with AI. When I know they want more, I know they are learning with AI and that they're confident in themselves and their abilities. My advice to any leader looking to build an AI strategy is to make it incredibly flexible, to make it incredibly enduring because it's flexible. There are some university presidents or rectors who issue mandates. Every student must have an AI competency by the time they graduate. I think that's missing the mark. I think we know AI is evolving so quickly that we all need to be flexible. And so, however that flexibility manifests at your particular business or university is going to be different. But we know that if your workforce or your students are not using AI, they are not preparing themselves to live in the 21st century. So in some ways, however you do it, it's not an option. It's like not wanting to use a laptop computer. You're going to lose, right? So I recently wrote a book about creativity and higher education innovation. It's called Invent Ed, How an American Tradition of Innovation Can Transform College Today. And what I argue is we are no longer in the business of teaching knowledge dissemination because there are AI tools that can give us content that we had to memorize before. So what we really need to be doing is focusing on building a creative capability in every student. Creativity is the most in-demand workforce skill in the 21st century. World Economic Forums show it, LinkedIn forums and findings show it. And so the workforce wants to be creative. Employers want creative staff. And so that's what we have to be in the business of teaching. I don't mean that you have to be, Picasso, but you have to be willing and able to put existing combinations or ideas into new relationships. Rice University is a research university, but we also are an innovation ecosystem. And so many of our students get ideas in the classroom or in the research lab that they turn into businesses. We have a district for innovation that supports those student projects at every step of the way. We also have venture funding within the university for initial launch and then for larger funding. So it's an entire ecosystem. At Viva Tech today, we have focused our 6 startups in the green tech space. What you will see here are startups that, like Helix Earth, takes humidity out of the air conditioning system to reduce energy costs and increase the functionality of refrigeration, which actually takes up 10% of all energy consumption in the world. That is one example of many of the new companies you'll see at Rice University Viva Tech 26. Another one is interested in not moving chemicals on trucks to locations, but for every chemical you need to generate it on location, in location. Obviously, that reduces transport costs, energy-related transport costs, and it's much more, of course, environmental and green because it's locally sourced ingredients for chemical compounds. All of our companies, in one way or another, leverage AI. And, one of the startups said to me yesterday, we're a startup. We're always leveraging AI every single day. We're grabbing for the newest innovation in AI that might help our company. In that way, they're real examples of how all companies should be interested in AI and building it daily into operations. This year, Rice University focused on green tech because energy and energy transition is a research priority of the university. Next year, come to the Viva Tech Rice University booth and see what we're doing in medical innovation and wearable technologies.